First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Rakak Wadash. Yahweh is who this world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Ba'Hashem means in the name. Rakah means spirit, and Kodash means holy. And that's on the Paleo Hebrew. Also, to give double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. And today's video, I'm not sure what I'm gonna title it, but I'm going into how that censorship is here. Censorship is coming, and this right here is a glimpse of that. So I got a message on my email today saying your channel has lost access to advanced features 2 hours ago. And they say, hi, hopeful Manasseh, to help keep our community safe. We limit some of our more powerful features to channels who have built and maintained a positive channel history or who have provided verification. As of now, your channel doesn't have sufficient channel history. It has lost access to advanced features. This may have happened because your channel did not follow our community guidelines. Right? So essentially putting it, they're limiting what my channel can do because it wasn't a so-called positive channel. Right? According to their eyes, what I'm doing is not positive. Which when you actually look at, what I'm doing is, hey, I'm doing the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. This is the most powerful thing, the most positive thing you can push onto the earth is righteousness. So, we can see how, they're gonna, hey, in the years to come, months to come, push more of this, right? Hey, we're gonna lock down your channel, we're gonna limit what you say because it's not safe according to their standards. And ultimately, that's the famine of the word and the persecution. Okay, let's read that in Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. It says, behold, the day is come, saith Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it. Okay, and we are fastly approaching that day where it's going to be illegal to speak, okay, the words of the Heavenly Father, to prophesy, to read the Bible and break it down, because it's going to go against everything that the mainstream narrative is pushing. And it's already going against everything that they push. Right? When, a YouTube moderator goes through one of the brothers' videos, he's offended because he sees us bringing out the truth as it is. Okay, he hates when we talk about how America is going to be destroyed because to him, America is all he knows. He doesn't want this place to fall because, he has the perks and the goodies and a high status. So, I searched on my other channels where, I post videos that doesn't have to do with the truth, more with like the financial market. And, that channel didn't have any limitations at all. I didn't get this email. So that shows you, where they really have that problem in. And it says, how this impacts your channel. You won't be able to do things like get higher daily limits for live streams, shorts, and video uploads, embed live streams, pin comments, and add external links to your video descriptions. Right, so if I want to lead you somewhere through my, comment section, through my description, I can't put a link there, for you to learn some new information, because in their eyes, I'm leading you down a dark path. So this is how to restore access to advanced features. To restore access, you can build positive channel history by following our community guidelines. And I've never broken the community guidelines, really. It's always, whenever I've gotten a strike or some type of like warning, it's because I mentioned, the V, the axe, if you know what I mean, or I mentioned, that a federation, okay, that organization all the way at the top. It says provide video or ID verification for quicker access. This may not be available for all channels. And this right here is ultimately what they want. Is they want to be able to pinpoint you exactly to who you are. Right? And this is something I'm not going to do. I don't care, what happens, but hey, they want that video and ID verification so they know exactly who's behind the channel. And once they have you locked in with that ID, hey, they can persecute you real strongly because, they can get your address, they can get all your information based off that ID. And here it is, we're going to get to a point where, if you post a video, I think it happened over there in Europe at a certain point, they're locking people up because of so-called misinformation. So that's all this is leading to. And we can see it. We can see how the persecution is brewing up. It's all by the form of gradualism. So I'm going to read this in Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Right? So for all types of reasons, dealing with this word, okay, we are going to be persecuted. We are going to be chased down and ultimately, tested. A big test is going to be that guillotine, which talks about in Revelation 20. Talks about how, John saw the spirit of those that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua. So a part of this thing is being beheaded for your belief, for speaking these words. And, ultimately the Lord's going to give you the spirit in that day to be able to deal with it. You got to understand that if this flesh is temporal and the spirit is eternal, right? You're just going to go back to the Most High who made you. And ultimately come back in the kingdom, be one of those first fruits, raised up and in the kingdom. So, being, thrown in prison, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. And that news article I was talking about was in Europe, in prison for misinfo. right here. UK disorder. 2 men jailed for stirring up hatred online. Look at that. Thrown in jail for what they said online. So just wait till, we have some type of T attack happen in America and they blame the Arabs. Then we're going to really see, that lockdown on information. So, I'm going to read this in Revelation 12 and verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of Yahweh and have the testimony of Yahushai. Right, and the remnant is going into the Israelites out there that believe. Right, the dragon dealing with, this reborn Roman Empire, America, NATO, and EU, they're going to persecute the Israelites because we keep the commandments of the Heavenly Father and the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach, which it says in Revelation that the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Right, so the fact that we're out here preaching that you're supposed to keep the commandments the best you can, and we're going into the prophecies about how the Most High is about to destroy this kingdom, put these heathens in slavery, and raise up a nation that never goes down, they hate that. And, with that whole gospel is going to come persecution. So, just want to make a quick video going into this showing you how, it's real. There's a reason why my other channel didn't get a message like this. And it's because I don't post anything with the Bible on there. Strictly just financial information. So, famine of the word, stay on point. Hopefully this is edifying with down to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the other bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to you, like Shalom.